You're listening to CBC Online at cbchs.org.
Scott Pingel. Coach, we're coming off three really emotional wins, and you come into the game here at the U-High. Talk about the emotion of your team and how do you guys keep things in check?
Yeah, you're right. The games were very emotional. We played at a high level, and every time you play at a high level, you always worry about a letdown. So we've been talking all week, about staying focused, staying on task, making sure we pay attention to details. And if they don't pay attention to details, we're getting on them a little bit this week.
Now, I guess if you throw away the second game of the season, which you guys really won handily, those first two games kind of really different games. The first game you guys really had to come from behind and actually take it out at the end, and the game against DeSmet, down at the half, came out firing. Is it a credit to the staff, or how do you guys are making these adjustments at half? What's going on?
No, it's definitely a credit to the kids. They do what we ask them to do. They just decide to step up their game a little bit and play at a higher level. And when we play at a high level, we might be tough to beat. But it's really all about the kids and what they've been doing. And they kind of made the adjustments and just decided to change their attitude a little bit.
And certainly talked about the crowd at the Dome and the excitement. Now you're going on the road over to the U-High, kind of a hostile environment. How does that play with you guys?
Well, anytime you go on the road, you're kind of excited as a group because you're all together and it's you kind of against them. So it's kind of that mantra we've been having of trying to, we're playing for everyone that's ever wore the purple and gold. But, it's always fun when we get to go against SLUH, especially at their place. And, it's going to be a great attitude, great atmosphere, and, we're really excited.
Certainly a big week for you personally, being named the St. Louis Rams Coach of the Week. Talk a little bit about that award and that honor. I mean, what a significant honor. First time you've won that award.
It is, but, it's all about the kids. It's only given to kind of the coach that's kind of having some success. So, we're winning, so it's about the kids. And, fortunately for us, we get $2,000 to go towards our football program. So, I'll have to sit down with the coaches and see what we need. But, we definitely can put that to good use.
And then, the team being named the Domino's Team of the Week. How do you keep that kind of stuff in check? I know high school kids love that kind of publicity, but how do you keep it in check for them?
I don't think you try to keep it in check. I think you let the kids enjoy the moment because it's not something easily done. It's not something easily accomplished. So you let the kids enjoy the moment, but you also got to make sure that they stay in the now. We talked about the past was the past and the future's, too far away to think about. So let's really try to stay focused on the now and see what happens.
And finally, talk about being number one. I mean, that's one of those places you kind of like to get to. Now you're there, you got a lot of targets on your back.
Yeah, you want to get to a high place. Being one week 3 doesn't mean as much as being one week 13, but we're there. We got to play at a high level, and so far nobody that's been number one's been able to stay up there. So we hope to prove people wrong.
Now, would this be your first number one ranking as a head coach?
It very well could be. I don't know.
Well, good stuff. Again, Scott Pingel, look, what do you expect this weekend? I mean, what kind of game do you think SLUH will bring at you? I know you've looked at their film. What kind of game do you think it'll be?
Well, I think anytime. I mean, we both could be 0-3 or 3-0, and it's going to be a SLUH versus CBC battle. So it's kind of, they're going to score some points. We're going to score some points. It's just kind of one of those things. Who's going to be slug? It's going to be a slugfest. Who's going to be standing at the very end of it all.
And finally, again, we have Francis Howell coming in here. Another team that's kind of on the upstart, getting a lot of things going on here. What do you see for them the next? I know it's tough to look ahead. As you look at the next 2 weeks of the season, what are you expecting of your kids?
They're a lot different than any other opponent we played so far. They're big, they're physical, they're huge up front. So their style of football is going to be a lot different than what we've seen. They're going to try to hit you in the mouth and then do it over and over again. So it could be a clash of two good teams that week.
And down at the Dome, you had mentioned that Laquel Bass was kind of the team MVP with getting everybody up at the halftime, real emotional leader. What have you seen from Laquel this week, and how has he reacted to the whole situation at the Dome?
Laquel's got an inner sense of calm about him that gravitates people to him. But whenever he does speak, people listen. So it's kind of that nice personality that he can turn on and off whenever he needs to get his attention across, and the boys respond to him.
And he actually caught a touchdown last week. He had to make him feel real good.
He had a touchdown, interception, leading tackler. He was everywhere. If you watch the film, he was pretty special for us last week.
Good stuff. Scott Pingel, we'll see you next.
CBC, Men for Tomorrow, Brothers for Life.